Hello guys, how's it going? Whitestorm here, and today we're playing Banished, and this is episode 3, I do believe, of our little let's play through this game of much trouble and strife. Let's turn this back around to where we're more used to being orientated, and it is deep winter. Luckily though, we've built up a little bit of food stores, although I'm not convinced that we're going to have enough to make it through to autumn. We've got 2 cattle areas, but I don't know why. I think we've got to split them between the 2, and I'm not sure how we do that. Maybe we've got to build up the cows for a little bit longer. But the main fear at the moment is that we're running low on tools. We have next to no people to play with in terms of labour, and we have very little food. Blacksmith is now empty because people died. So we're going to struggle big time in the next little while. But hopefully though we can crack on and maybe actually make something of this. I might actually have to go and do some research. But never mind. So at the moment it would appear we've got 10 people to play with because they're not farming, clearly it's winter. And the time for planting is definitely spring. So we've got nobody in the Forester's Lodge, but we have a few logs and things like that. So I think what we're next going to do is grab some stone. So if I come down here, collect this stone, and we'll just get them to grab this stone here between the planting seasons. And let's check, see how everybody's doing. So we have a few children being raised in our little community, but not really enough. So I don't think we need to expand. We could expand maybe one more house, but that's going to increase food demand. So I think for now on, I think what we're going to do is just concentrate on getting as much resources as we can in the short period of time between farming. In fact, they're going back to farming now. So I think for now we're going to have to wait and just explore our land, which is annoying because I would love to really push through on this game. But it's not that fast paced, I'm afraid. Orchard of apples, orchard of walnuts. So they've got a little bit of diversity with the fish, the venison and beef coming through. They're going to have a good diet, I think. But reserve of firewood is low. That's because we've got nobody cutting. So people, you're going to have to do your own firewood at the moment. Although it would appear that everybody's chimneys are burning firewood. So yeah, difficult to really proceed. I think we're gonna have to speed the game up a little touch. Did they collect all of this? No, not quite. I think we'll speed the game up ever so slightly to 10. This should push us through. Let's see how the animation is. The animation is good. They're hoeing between the trees, which I don't know why they're doing that. But keep going, lads. Kids are coming to get involved. That's good. Trees coming up everywhere. That's brilliant. I'm glad we chose this area. Actually, we have a lot of resources lying around in the vicinity. So, hunting cabin is doing well. We just need more people, I think. I'm glad we've got this on times 10. Hunters are hunting, fishermen are fishing. What have we got down here? The reserve of tools is low. We need to get somebody in that smithy. Problem is, we've got no people to play with, and I'm not going to sacrifice farmers. I just can't do it. Sacrifice herdsmen, I guess. Let's sacrifice a herdsman and pop him in the smithy, and he should then begin to produce tools, because the last thing that we need is for them all to not be able to gather as much because they haven't got the tools. So hopefully he's going to produce loads and loads of tools. Let's come down here. There's not really much in the way of building I can do until we get some more people. Beginning to regret not having a bigger community. but it's difficult to get started off in the game. We've got 2 single people here. Hopefully they take children, the wives or whatever. Well, I think this person will need to take a husband. Greta. I don't know if that's a boy's name or a girl's name. Right, we're beginning to produce tools now. That is perfect. I was worried there that we weren't gonna... What's down here? What's the notification? The reserve of tools is low because they've gone straight out back into the community. Right, that's an issue. I think the first thing that we're going to do when we do get some more labour, we're going to put our man back into looking after the herds, because we do not want to go a season without getting that vital beef. Right, I think we do need a tailor as well, and that's probably a priority. Right, we've got our labourer. Pop him straight back into herding. So that's good. We've lasted another season, another year, I guess. A crop season. And we've got a lot of food. So I think now is the time that we can basically say, if we make it through to the next harvest with a little bit left over, that we can then expand. We've got somebody who's cold. And we've got one more labourer. We're beginning to get to a place we need to be. I think... Let's look at our logs. We've got about 60 logs in store. Really, he needs to be foresting. Let's cut some of this off. Get a better look at our picture. We're doing okay. We're doing alright. We've got this on time 10, remember though, which means that things are going to go exceedingly quick. Everybody is getting cold, but we really do not want people to freeze to death. That is a priority. So at the next opportunity, I think we're going to need to pop a man in cutting wood. Now he's going to cut 200 wood for the community and keep it at a constant level. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to drop that down to 100. Because we do not want him taking all of our kind of wood as soon as it comes in, and was not being able to build up any stockpile for building. Right, got another labourer which has come through perfectly, and we're going to pop him straight into the forester role. That means that we're now running at 50% there, and hopefully we can produce a little bit more wood now. And we've gone all the way through the winter. Have a look. The reserve of firewood is low, and we've still got food, which is brilliant. So I think it is time to capitalise on that and build another house right in the centre of town, right there, and a road going through, and then as soon as we get ourselves a, because they've got populated that really quickly, as soon as we can, what we need to do, in fact we'll put 2 houses down, and as soon as we can we'll build a builder and they can get cracking. Firewood is staying at a good constant, clearly, because he's not working. In fact, the reason why he's not working is there's no trees. So at the next opportunity, I think what we need to do is collect a whole bunch of trees, and I'm going to take it from here. It's not too far away. He's not working because there is no wood in the store. So they're all planting, and we've managed to get through with very little to spare. So we need to also create some more fields. Definitely some more fields. So down here, what was it, 8 by 8 square. There's another 2 fields. The labourer will clear that out, and as soon as we'll clear that out, we'll put more cabbages in, and that should be able to sustain our little community for a little bit longer. They haven't got any. something to keep them warm. So yeah, I think this is just a little bit of a grind, I'm afraid, guys. Not the best of things to watch, I'm afraid, and I do hope you stay with me. If you've got any suggestions on how I can improve on this, if I'm going about it the wrong way, do let me know down in the comment section below, and I will attempt to change the way I'm doing it or improve. I think between episodes I'm going to have to look at a guide, just double check, make sure I'm doing things in a kind of correct order, because I've never actually managed to complete this game and I have to be very wary of that. Now firewood is low, that's not too bad. Food, let's check, see how we're doing. They're beginning to harvest the cabbages now, and we definitely, with those extra houses, I'm glad that we've built these extra places, these extra plots, which are now becoming free for cabbage. There we go. They are now to be planted. We need 4 extra farmers, so hopefully we will get that in the near future, but I think our little community, we're desperately going to have to expand on it, and I think if we zoom out ever so slightly, I think if we expand, let's see, if we click here we can see the radius of our forestry area, and I want to keep that obviously forest, so I wonder if we can, I want to keep this area for farming, top area for farming. I kind of wish I hadn't put the herdsman here. I think we're going to have to expand south a little bit, and then maybe in the future across the river. What's this? Reserve of iron is low. Yes. Now we've got 50 tools. I think what we can afford to do is remove our blacksmith, and we can put 2 people into farming. That leaves 1 labourer, which I'll keep as a labourer for now. And I think I could really do with 1 more person to be a builder, and then we can go ahead and build some more houses down in the bottom here. I would ideally like to fill up the fishing dock with some more fishermen. What's going on down here? What's the alarm? The alarm is reserve of food is low. Looks good to me. Oh well. I'm worried about expanding too much too quick. What else do you think, guys, we should choose? Ah, there we go. We've got our extra labourer now. I think it is time to build an extra house. Turn that round. And I think the house is going to have to be on a street that goes down here. And I'll build 2 or 3 extra houses here. 1 builder. Perfect. Tools are okay, and whilst tools are sitting at 50, I'm going to keep my eye on them, and as they go down, eventually I'm going to probably swap somebody out and pop them back into the smithy. This is going to be a tough year, guys, because food, it would appear, does seem to be low. They didn't manage to plant these other fields before we expanded, so I'm going to have to keep our eyes peeled. Hopefully we don't have too many deaths from the cold. Okay. How are we doing? As we've got a few people spare, doing nothing, I want them to collect these trees here, which they should do that almost immediately. I want them to collect these resources as well. These little things here down here are like mushrooms and roots and carrots and stuff. So if I can get them to collect them, I'll be happy. And I'm thinking this area here might be a good place for a trading station or something like that. So I think in the future that's, hopefully, if it fits, will be where the trading station goes, and then when they come down the river, they'll be able to just stop there, and that'll be perfect. What's going on here? Reserve firewood. constant battle. Okay, so they're planting now. Got one more labourer, so he's going to go and become a farmer. The more people we have planting, the better, I think. I'm tempted to put another field in here. There we go, one fits perfectly. And I'm going to get them to collect so that we can see a bit better the resources from here as well that are just around in this area. The labourer will crack on with that whilst we're waiting for everything to be planted. There we go. There's very little food in the storage barn, which means we're right on the limit. Check the inventory. Everybody seems to have a little bit of food. There we are. So we've just got no real reserve of food. Farming, the most important thing. We're not going to bother with education, guys. That would be a bad thing to do at the moment, because it means that we have to wait longer for our kind of population to become educated. And although long term the benefits are better, short term it's not going to help us out. So until we've got a decent community, we will create education at a later date, I think. Right. We're doing well, and I think, guys, we've managed somehow to continue to live. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fields now, and we're beginning to collect in the harvest. So that means that we're about to begin some expansion. We've got another person come through here, and I'm going to pop him straight onto foresting. And what have we got here? Food is low. Well, that's because it's just being harvested now. Still unsure as to how to split our cattle. I don't know if this guy is doing anything. I really wish he was. But maybe if you guys know, you would let me know down in the comment section below. We're managing to harvest everything, which is brilliant. Only a little bit here. We've got our 2. So as everybody's now harvested stuff, we need to get them to grab these resources here. And that will fill up our stockpiles full of iron, full of logs and trees. There we go. And that's not going to interfere with farming at all. Perfect. That will also clear the way so we can quickly make fields in the future. Grab a few extra bits and pieces. And I think the key is not to select the individual bits and pieces, it's just to remove everything. And then you'll find that we'll be getting roots, and we'll be getting all sorts of things, onions and stuff. So there we go, we've got all this space now clear. Food is looking very healthy indeed. I'm going to remove these resources as well. So ideally I'd like a few extra houses around here in the future. We have a street coming round and just have the pastures in the middle. There we go, look at those little busy beavers. Brilliant. Beginning to see some real progress. What have we got down here? The reserve of firewood is low because he's not chopping very quickly. And I think I'm going to increase the firewood limit now 200 as we're doing okay. And I think there I am going to call it. Thank you very much, guys, for watching the gameplay. And I'll see you again next time. Don't forget to leave a like. Bye bye.